International students celebrate their respective nations as homecoming weekend kicks off.
President Joe Biden talks American assistance to Israel and Ukraine in his latest nationwide address. We have more on what he said.
And the House is still without a speaker tonight as Jim Jordan has failed his third bid for the position. We'll have the latest updates on what's going on in Congress.
Saturday is National Apple Day, and if I were you, I'd celebrate by drinking, eating, or baking it. We have more ways to celebrate as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your Friday evening newscast. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Noah Rowe.
We start tonight's coverage with Kent's International Homecoming Celebration.
TV2's Michael Neenan was at the event today. Hi, Michael.
That's right, guys. International Homecoming is live from the Student Center, where international students can show off their respective nations and cultures to others.
The event is free to attend and presents students, faculty, and community members with a unique opportunity to learn about other nations and cultures from around the world. The celebration will have food, music, cultural performances, and tables with information about each country represented at Kent State. Attendees will receive a passport to show which tables they visited.
Going from 5 to 8, the event kicks off homecoming weekend. Reporting from TV2 News, I'm Michael Neenan.
Thanks, Michael. Kent's School of Art Collection and Galleries has announced Aggregate, a show that features work from students all across Ohio. Out of 314 pieces submitted, 33 works were chosen from Ohio students across the state. The exhibit is now open to the public and will be open until December 9th.
Well, I hope your flashlight batteries are good and you had your wireless chargers ready to go today. Hundreds of residents across Portage County experienced power outages this afternoon. Crews were diligently working throughout the day to get electricity back to the people. The exact cause of the outages are still under investigation. Hopefully everyone will have lights on before it gets too dark out tonight.
Hello, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. I hope you're having a great Friday evening out there today. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby with your Friday evening weather forecast. Now, currently in Kent right now, we are dealing with rain showers that are coming through our area with only a high of 56 degrees today. Feels like 54 out there. It's definitely fall-like temperatures for sure. Dew point's at 50 degrees. Winds are moving east at 8 miles per hour as that cold front is coming through our area. Humidity is at 81%, visibility at 7 miles. So definitely be careful on those roads tonight, as those roads will be slippery and the visibility will be a little damper tonight. Anyway, as we look across our state, our Northeast Ohio temperatures right now, we are dealing with temperatures that are in the 60s to 50s. Youngstown's at 60 degrees, Asheville at 58, Kent is at 55, Cleveland at 60, Canton's at 56, Worcester's at 56, Mansfield's at 55, Sandusky's at 58 degrees tonight. So it's definitely a cool evening for sure. And as we look across our hour-by-hour forecast, we're going to see towards 7 o'clock we'll be dealing with rain showers with a low of 53, but then the rain showers will dissipate towards 9 o'clock with only a low of 50, and 11 o'clock those rain showers will return with a low of 51 degrees. So it's definitely going to be a fall-like night for sure. That's all I have for now, folks. In my next update, I'll have your weekend weather forecast. Until then, back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. A Cleveland man is behind bars tonight after police say he abducted a 1-year-old girl. This incident triggered an Amber Alert that was sent out late Thursday evening. Around midnight, 34-year-old Lamar Miles was arrested in Fulton County after being spotted by police. Authorities say a tire deflation device brought the short police chase to an end. Tonight, that 1-year-old girl is now safe with her family.
There are new updates in the case against Robert Len Haman today. Haman is currently on trial for 6 different felonies, including murder related to his father's death back in 2022. Forensic experts took to the stand today and said that the gun was found in the initial investigation did not fire the bullet that killed Haman's father. The exact murder weapon has still not been found.
A Trotwood man is facing murder charges after police found a connection to a deadly shooting. 41-year-old Anthony E. Smith has been wanted for murder since May of 2022. Now Trotwood police have him behind bars. Officials say Smith shot a man several times before fleeing the crime scene. The investigation is still underway at this time.
Residents and business owners near Camp James A. Garfield Joint Military Training Center may notice an increase in noise. The Army will be using bombs and other explosives in their training exercises today. The explosive increase in noise will run through the weekend. The sounds of training is going to be able to be heard from much farther away than normal.
Meanwhile, in Toledo, the Northwest Ohio Bomb Squad responded to 2 separate calls for explosive devices on Thursday. The first incident happened in Tiffin around noon yesterday, and officials say they found a fully functional hand grenade. And just a few minutes after they responded to that call, officials were called to another area in Delta. Police say they recovered a 35-pound explosive device. Tonight, both incidents remain under investigation.
Ohio's new Solicitor General Elliot Gazer has been described as an appellate ace by Attorney General Dave Yost, but there is some controversy surrounding the new official. His name was brought up multiple times in testimonies related to the events of January 6, 2021. Gazer worked as a lawyer for former President Donald Trump's 2020 re-election campaign and worked closely with Trump during the January 6th attack.
Coming up on TV2 News, more chaos in Congress. What's next for Jim Jordan after losing a 3rd House Speaker vote this afternoon?
And a band director who was tased and arrested for refusing to stop playing music has made his first appearance in court last night. His attorneys are preparing to file a civil suit on his behalf.
Welcome back. It's been 14 days since the Hamas terrorist group began holding thousands of Israelis hostage. And tonight we're learning that 2 U.S. citizens were released amid the conflict.
Meantime, President Biden gave a speech last night in the Oval Office over the current situations in both Israel and Ukraine. Our own Brian Muetzel has more on this developing story. Hi, Brian.
Thanks, Erin and Noah. Good evening, Kent State and North Portage County. I am Brian Muetzel, and tonight I've got the latest news overseas and here in the U.S. Tonight we start with the war in Israel, as President Biden is concerned about border fights or invasions. The president wants to send aid to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan, but is unfortunately without a House Speaker, that's not possible. Here's what he had to say about it.
Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people. Hamas uses Palestinian civilians as human shields, and innocent Palestinian families are suffering greatly because of them. Meanwhile, Putin denies Ukraine has or ever had real statehood. He claims the Soviet Union created Ukraine. And just 2 weeks ago, he told the world that if the United States and our allies withdraw, and if the United States withdraw, our allies will as well, military support for Ukraine would have, quote, a week left to live, but we're not withdrawing.
Now as we go to Indonesia, where pro-Palestinian protesters have gathered and are in front of a U.S. embassy where they are burning pictures of President Biden and the Israeli flag after learning that President Biden wants to send funding to Ukraine and Israel. Egyptian authorities yesterday started removing cement blocks at the entrance of the Rafah crossing. While preparing for its opening, several drivers at the crossing from the Egyptian Red Crescent and the World Food Program, where they have food and aid to deliver to Gaza, but they are waiting for the crossing to be completed. The international news continues as President Biden continues to aid our international allies, and we also have our own issues going on in Congress that will prevent all the president's requests from happening. For all the latest developments, go to our website, kentwire.com. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Brian Muetzel, TV2 News.
Jim Jordan is out of the race for Speaker of the House. The Republican from Ohio failed his 3rd bid for the position today and lost many supporters who voted for him earlier in the week. Today, he had 112 votes cast against him, with only 86 cast in his favor. After Jordan's exit from the race, several potential candidates came forward. These include Louisiana's Mike Johnson, Minnesota's Tom Emmer, and Brian Donalds of Florida. Former President Donald Trump has been fined $5,000 today for violating a gag order issued to him last week. He was instructed not to talk about any of the court staff after making comments about the court's clerk. The post was deleted off social media but not removed off of Trump's campaign website. Trump's attorneys apologized to the court and said that the post was not supposed to still be live.
Kenneth Jespro, he's one of 18 people alongside former President Donald Trump charged in the Georgia election lawsuit. The Trump-aligned attorney agreed to testify at any future trials in the Georgia case. In return, 7 charges against him were reduced to a single charge of conspiracy to committing to commit filing false documents. Chesbrough is accused of helping develop a plot to send fake GOP electors to Washington. His trial is slated to begin Friday.
The GOP's race to see who will challenge President Biden next year has expanded again. Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina filed to run in the state of New Hampshire primaries earlier this afternoon. He said that he is excited to change the direction of the country and wants to give future Americans a country where the American dream is still alive and well. Tim Scott will have to get through former President Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, and more to get his chance to face Biden next year.
41 Canadian diplomats and their families have been evacuated from India. The removal comes after the Modi government said it would revoke their diplomatic immunity. This follows Canada's accusation that India may have been involved with the assassination of a Sikh activist on its soil. That accusation has severely strained relations between the two countries, with both expelling senior diplomats.
The Prime Minister of Italy is now single after she announced her separation with her husband over social media. Her husband has been criticized over the last few weeks for sexist comments he has made. She told reporters that she would not be judged over her husband's actions and that she would not answer questions related to him. She recently celebrated her first year in office.
Haitian officials say a key suspect in the assassination of former Haiti President Jovenel Moïse was arrested Thursday. This comes months after late president was killed in his bedroom in July. The suspect, Joseph Felix Badeo, is a former justice official. He's now being charged with attempted assassination and armed theft. Police say he's now in custody and is awaiting judicial procedures.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we have a live look at your live radar right now, and as you can clearly see across our area right now, we are dealing with rain showers as that cold front is coming in, bringing those fall-like temperatures all across our area. We can see rain showers near Cleveland coming down. We see rain showers in the Kent area, Akron, and Summit County. We're starting to see rain showers all across northeast Ohio this evening, and it's going to be on and off all throughout the night as that cold front is coming in, bringing those fall-like temperatures for sure. And as we look towards your statewide temperatures, we are dealing with those fall-like temperatures for sure with those rain showers across our area. Akron at 56 degrees, Steubenville at 54, Athens at 55, our state capital of Columbus 56, 54 in Lima right now, 56 in Dayton, and 57 in Cincinnati, a little warmer towards the south. And as we look towards our weekend outlook, let's talk about it, folks. We're going to be dealing with rain showers tomorrow as well with only a high of 53 degrees. With rain showers in the afternoon. It'll be windy and gusty at times. We're looking at gusts up to 10 to 15 miles per hour, and our sunset will be at 6:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we look towards your Sunday outlook, we are going to start to dry out a little bit, but unfortunately we are going to get a little colder, 47 degrees with cloudy skies with a slight chance of a rain shower, and winds will still be gusty at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and sunset will be at 6:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we look towards your 7-day outlook, let's talk about this upcoming Saturday will be a high of 56 with those rain showers, but then Sunday we'll deal with mostly cloudy skies with a high of 47. But then the sun will come out for Monday, high of 56, and partly cloudy skies as temperatures start to rebound as a warm front will come through our area with a high of 66 degrees. But then we'll start to see cloudy skies for your Wednesday and Thursdays with highs almost hitting 70 on Wednesday, but then we'll start to dip back down towards Friday with only a high of 56 degrees and with rain showers as another cold front will come through again, bringing more fall-like temperatures. And that about wraps up my Friday evening weather forecast. Please stay warm and dry out there, and have a great weekend, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. Yesterday was a band director from Alabama's first day in court. He was tased and taken into custody for refusing to stop playing at a football game. Officers say the band was preventing officials from safely clearing the field. The director has been charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and harassment. The director's attorneys are looking to bring a civil case against the city and have filed for his case to be dismissed.
From music to movies, we have it all in CNN's Hollywood Minute.
And keep it locked right here. There's a slam-packed weekend of Kent State sports, and we're going to break it all down for you. Hello, and welcome back to another Friday Night Sports Report. I'm your host, Timmy Carlile. Today we've got a couple of great segments for you, so let's get started. Of course, you already know that we had to get things going by kicking it off with Tossing Around with Timmy, where we take a look at what all of Kent State sports is up to. So, earlier today, the cross-country team raced in the EMU Fall Classic at Eastern Michigan University. Then, when we got things started with our newscast at 6 p.m., the volleyball team began the first game of a two-day series in Bowling Green against the Falcons. Game 2 starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. as well. Continuing the Saturday action, the Kent State Golden Flashes football team has their homecoming game against University at Buffalo here at Dick Stadium. Kickoff starts at 3:30 p.m. Wrapping up the schedule of events of KSU Athletics, we've got just a couple of games scheduled for Sunday, the 22nd, starting with the field hockey team, welcoming Longwood to Kent for a match that starts at noon. Concluding all of the events this weekend, the women's soccer team travels to Toledo with first kick set for 1 p.m. Best of luck to everyone, and as always, go Flashes. Now, we are going to jump down to New Orleans, Louisiana, to watch the Saints take on the Jaguars. Getting things off early, Travis Etienne Jr. is going to punch it in, and then we're going to jump to the fourth quarter. After another touchdown for Etienne, defensive touchdown, a couple field goals, Taysom Hill's going to run it in. We got 24-16 as the score, when Derek Carr is going to go up and find Michael Thomas for a touchdown, tying the game in the fourth quarter after a two-point conversion. We have a game on our hands. Trevor Lawrence steps up in the pocket, finds Christian Kirk. 44 yards later, he's going to find the end zone, putting Jacksonville back up in front, 31-24. Derek Carr drives the team downfield, hits Foster Moreau in the hands on 3rd and goal, but he can't pull the pass in. Have another look here. It hits him right in the fingertips, but he cannot bring that ball in. 4th and goal, one last play call here for the Saints. They run it up, try and find Chris Olave, can't get it. No flag called on the play, and that's going to do it from the Superdome. 31-24 Jaguars on Thursday Night Football. Well, that's all the time I've got for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I've been Timmy Carlile. Have a safe weekend, everyone, and be sure to tune in right here next week with TV2.
Still ahead, it's a day for Apple lovers. We'll tell you what this special holiday is being celebrated this weekend.
Dates on music to movies.
CNN's David Daniel has more.
More U2 fans will have the chance to see the band in Las Vegas. They've added 11 shows to their first live gig in 4 years, U2 UV Achtung Baby Live at Sphere. The new dates run from late January to mid-February, including 2 the weekend of the Super Bowl, which is also set for Las Vegas this year. Here's a look at the official trailer for Waitress the Musical, starring lyricist and composer Sarah Bareilles. The film version of the Tony-nominated Broadway show plays in theaters for 5 days, beginning December 7th. On a less lyrical note, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds is returning to theaters for its 60th anniversary. The aviary assault on cinemas takes place this Sunday and Monday. Details at fathomevents.com. Ducking for cover in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
There's nothing like taking a bite out of a crisp apple on a cool fall day. Whether it's a Granny Smith, a Red Delicious, or a Honey Crisp, make sure you eat the fruit on Saturday. It's National Apple Day. Apples have been around for millions of years, and some historians believe the ancient Romans cultivated the sour fruits and turned them into a sweeter one that we're more familiar with today. Today, there are more than 7,000 varieties worldwide. The more you know.
Well, thankfully, I don't think there's any doctors in the studio, so no one's going to be kept away tomorrow. Erin, what is your favorite kind of apple?
Whichever one's the cheapest at the grocery store.
The cheapest ones.
I think most of the time it's the Honey Crisp from Aldi. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. I'm a big fan of the green ones myself, but you were actually talking to me about this before the show started. There's an apple farm nearby, really. Can you tell me more about it?
Right, about 10 minutes from campus. We got Beckwith's Orchards in Kent, and they have their own cider, they got their own apples, and I gotta say, I know it's National Apple Day, but my favorite part about the farm is their candles, but we'll talk about that another time. But yeah, it's fantastic. And Noah, I know you're a barista, part-time Starbucks barista over here.
Oh yeah.
Well, did you know, well, according to Google, apples can give you just as much energy as a cup of coffee. I don't know if I believe that on a busy work day, but
you know,
points for health.
Points for health, and I don't know, I feel like if I wake up in the morning, I don't want to bite that apple, I'll drink that coffee, but I think that's all the time we have today.
Unfortunately, it is. Well, everyone, have a great homecoming weekend. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all of these stories and more, visit our website at kentwire.com. I've been Noah Rowe.
And I'm Erin Sullivan. Have a great night, Portage County.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent State University, streaming online